First of all, we need to recognize that the energy packages that have been announced by various governments to support extremely high price levels are going to limit, in a way, flexibility for governments to intervene. Some of these packages vary between 2% to even 4% of GDP. On the other hand, the overall message for infrastructure remains positive for a number of reasons. First of all, on the energy transition, where a very large share of investments is directed to, we are going to continue a very important push into renewables with the Repower EU plan targeting almost a tripling of renewable investments over the next years versus pre-crisis. And this is fundamentally key because it underpins the improved energy autonomy. So there's a fundamental alignment between investment in infrastructure and energy security. The other reason why there will continue to be funding for a lot of these investments have to do with the European support packages that have been announced, from the Green Deal to the Next Generation. And this funding is coming from a centralized level rather than from a national government level. And hence we expect there to continue to be momentum. For instance, in the case of Italy, funds that have been released from European sources represents 2 to 2.5% of GDP. And the momentum that we have seen in terms of more public investment hopefully should remain underpinned and should continue to ensure that we have significant infrastructure investment, because the last point is that it does stimulate economic growth as well, as you know, because of the multiplier effect of infrastructure and subsequent economic benefits. The current energy crisis is really unprecedented in terms of volatility and liquidity needs on all the energy players. It's fair to say that the European governments have stepped in on a very timely basis so far, because the margin call requirements and liquidity needs that energy players need to put in place on hedges is extremely risky. So this is the area that we monitor most. And we have seen very positive signals from governments, but now action is further needed to improve the situation as we are in an extremely volatile environment. Apart from that, if we look at ratings themselves, we can see winners and losers. Obviously, the winners are the ones that have ability to provide extra energy, whether it is the oil and gas, and especially the LNG majors. But also on the power side, we have seen a number of upgrades of producers that are able to sell in the spot markets, like the hydro producers in Norway and in Austria. The ones that are really exposed are the ones that are short. And here we have, of course, EDF, given the nuclear outages, and also because of government policies to pass on the bill to certain utilities. Of course, the most striking case has been Uniper, which has been quasi-nationalized, where the amount of pressure on the company led us to significantly downgrade from a BBB level to BB-. But because of the government support, the ratings have stayed in the investment grade area.